Today I'm going to do what my family calls a humble brag, which is an instance where you try to humbly brag about yourself. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy my sermon. One of my favorite torturous activities to do is to run the back loop at Bonita Lakes. It's a 4.7-mile trek through the hills of Southeast Meridian. You follow this 12-foot wide gravel path encompassing the upper lake of the park. It's beautiful hiking or running deep into those woods. It's quiet. All you hear are the crunching sounds of gravel beneath your feet, the whistling of the wind, the whispering of wildlife. It offers both physical exhaustion and mental retreat, two things we all desperately need more of in our life. So the humble brag is that I went 4 times this week, but not only that, it rained 3 out of those 4 times I went. And I'm not talking about a little drizzle. These were proper southern summer downpours. The first time I made it nearly the entire way around the loop when the rain struck. Luckily, I only had to cross that 300-yard dam and scurry into my truck. But it was enough so that my shoes were so soaked that they had to dry for 2 days before I could go back. The second time, I was less fortunate. I was just over 2 miles in when I heard the thunder. Then the sprinkles came, then a little heavier, and then more. Soon my earbuds were clogged with water and quit working. My eyes had to focus downward to keep both the rain out, but also to avoid the growing number of puddles that sought to soak my shoes more than they already were. You know it's tough when you're out in the middle of nowhere and the bottom falls out. Your choices are limited. You can stop, but that won't end the rain on your shoulders. So really, you only have 2 options. You can go forward and find a way out, or you can go backward and find a way out. But either way, you're going to have to go through the storm. There's no way around that fact. Y'all, we're in the midst of a storm right now. This pandemic looms over us just as vividly as those dark clouds loomed over me this week. And I know it's a lot. It's tiring. It's hard to stay focused. It's exhausting to put that mask on day in and day out. The anxiety of the unknown, of whether or not the kids can stay in school, or whether or not the economy will shut down again, or whether or not you can safely see your friends, or whether or not you will get sick, or worse. It's so hard to keep living in this dystopian pandemic reality, where hope of normalcy seems to be thwarted at every turn. In our readings this week, the prophet Isaiah says, "Thus says the Lord, maintain justice, do what is right, for soon my salvation will come and my deliverance be revealed." This message from Isaiah is perhaps our least favorite type of message to hear, but it is an important one nonetheless. A message of hope and perseverance. We never want to be told that we have to keep on drudging through the muck. I understand. We want to be mask-free now. We want normalcy now. We want justice now. But the truth is, being a Christian, being a child of God, being a person in this world, is that we are about laboring towards justice. Life is about perseverance towards glory. This week, the Episcopal Church, the bishops of the Episcopal Church met via Zoom with Dr. Anthony Fauci. It was a great opportunity for the Episcopal Church to learn and to develop policy from the nation's leading immunologist. But I think it was his hope that many in that meeting held on to the most. At the end of their time, a bishop asked, "Dr. Fauci, is there anything we didn't ask you that you wish we had?" And he responded that he recognized that this pandemic can get overwhelming, and that people can only be pushed so far, and that this anxiety can cause people to shut down. And so he said, as a bishop, if your clergy come to you overwhelmed with the thought of giving up, that they can't do this anymore, that they can't put on their mask yet another day, I want you to remind them that this will end, that we will overcome this virus. Life will return without masks, without distancing. And so he said, and so tell them, yes, you can keep going. Because you have to, because this is where we are. But your hope will not go unrealized. This pandemic will end. I think we all need to hear those words from that man, because it is so enticing to give up. But the truth is, we can't. It's just not in the cards. Just like my run on Thursday, I was in a storm and there was no way out but through. I had to keep running until I reached my truck, but I knew my truck was there. Or at least I really, really hoped it was. And I knew that if it was, that it would be dry. And so I want to leave you with the words from our prophet, those words of perseverance and hope. Maintain justice. Do what is right, for soon my salvation will come and my deliverance be revealed. I love you. God bless you. And goodbye for now.